Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my second trip report and actually my second flight that I was taking from Frankfurt to Chicago heading back home on the Lufthansa 747-8. Now something super exciting about this flight was that we got upgraded to Premium Economy, so that was really good. Over on the downside, we did not get any window seat, so all the footage I have is everything from the middle seat, but I do have some amazing footage to share with you guys, which is included in this trip report. I'm still super grateful and thankful to at least have an upgrade to Premium Economy. In this trip report, you're going to be seeing me reviewing the food service, the whole seat, and the whole comfort of Lufthansa's Premium Economy product during COVID regulations. And speaking about COVID, Frankfurt Airport is a good prime example of how to restrict some things with COVID, as a lot of stores are starting to reopen now. There are still a couple of sites that are closed, but I do like the neatness of Frankfurt Airport and how organized they are with closing certain shops and opening certain shops, which I find really well, and they kept everything like really nice and clean. And another thing is they are pretty strict on social distancing at seats and at the gates. You must be social distanced at all times. I'm pretty sure that should be almost everywhere, but in Chicago is more like, oh, who cares? But here it's way different, so just heads up on that, and that's something that is also really nice. And to the left here is the Lufthansa business class lounge. Sure wish I was there, however I wasn't, sadly. Some information about today's flight is the plane is a 747-8 registered as Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee Alpha, which is the first ever commercial 747-8 delivered in the whole world and to Lufthansa, and is the only 747-8 in Lufthansa's fleet that has the new livery, which is pretty sick. And I was screaming once I found out this was going to be my plane the next 8-hour journey. Our seats for this Premium Economy flight were actually the first row of seats in the Premium Economy layout on Lufthansa 747-8, meaning you have a better footrest than the seats behind you, and that's actually a very good deal because you are then paying a little bit extra and you've got an awesome footrest and a seat that can recline very far back. And I'm just going to spoil this, there was no one sitting right behind me, so I had the pleasure of just leaning back fully with my seat completely reclined, which I could almost never do in economy pre-COVID, and I actually do like that. That's one thing I like about traveling during COVID, is that sometimes the plane isn't as full and you can recline if you're in economy or premium economy. However, another spoiler here is that both of these flights, the one I flew before from Chicago to Frankfurt, was also fully loaded. This plane was also fully loaded. The flight attendant said all the seats were booked, however they weren't all taken, but the majority of the plane was completely full, and I do like that travel is coming back even during COVID, and that slowly COVID regulations are lifting and everything is almost back to normal. Not really, I know it's not really back to normal at all, but I do like seeing flights coming back and people traveling. It's just so much better, and I really hope that everything just goes away and it's going to be back to normal soon. However, I don't think that's gonna quite happen, but I do hope so, as I do love traveling and I hope travel changes and goes back to normal. 22. Dankeschön. You may have noticed now that we are sort of stuck here, and that is one thing that I didn't like. However, this is going to give me a chance to sort of talk some things through. But this is what I did mention, was the flight was completely full, and another thing with Lufthansa is that families are allowed to board first, and they have priority boarding, which I find which is really cool. I don't see any other airlines really doing that, and it's with kids that are under, I think, 7 or so, get to have priority boarding, which I find awesome. So great job on that, Lufthansa. And I wish I did have this seat right next to me, this business class seat. However, I didn't. And one other thing I want to point out is that the whole sort of like business class economy and then premium economy section just doesn't make sense. You've got business class, and then you've got like 5 seats of economy, and then it goes to the premium economy class. Sort of find that a bit confusing. You'd think that premium economy would be right after business class, however that is not the case. And fun fact, I am sitting right above the landing gear of the 747-8. I just wanted to mention that because it might have been a cool information. However, with boarding and sitting down, which I will eventually, you get greeted with a pillow, a nice comfortable blanket, as well as headphones which are distributed later. And I'm going to say the quality of the headphones were not the best to my experience. So if you are flying with Lufthansa on economy or premium economy, make sure to bring your own headphones. Let's take a look at what Lufthansa has to offer for their premium economy seat. So to the right is the armrest, and under the armrest is the massive tray table. The tray table was exceptionally well cleaned, and so was everything else on the seat. Everything was well sanitized, so good job with that, Lufthansa. I do want to mention that since I'm in the first row, the TV slides out under the armrest, so you aren't able to use it during takeoff or landing. There is the headphones adapter, and I did not find the headphones that comfortable. Little storage compartment right there, which does hold your Lufthansa Premium Economy bag, a good firm pillow, and there are the seat controls to make the leg rest pop down, as well as laying back your seat so you can take a nice rest. One thing I have to say about the buttons for the seat controls, but they were not that responsive as the IFE was. You really had to push down hard to get the seat either to lean back or the leg rest to extend. Other than that, the whole seat was fantastic, and you did have a bunch of legroom, and I found the seat overall an amazing seat. Sadly, my time on the 747-8 came to an end, and we had to deboard the aircraft and go back home to Chicago. But during the deboarding process, there was a new thing that Lufthansa just introduced, which was deboarding by your row. So due to COVID and being spread out and social distancing, every different rows get to exit the aircraft at different times. However, this made the jet bridge extremely crowded at some points, as there was another security officer for passport control and making sure you filled out this form to enter the USA. So everything here at Chicago was then, nothing was really social distanced whatsoever. Meanwhile, in the Lufthansa plane and everything in Frankfurt Airport, you were always social distanced. So that's one thing to keep in mind flying to Chicago. However, this flight was an exceptionally well done flight. I do love Lufthansa automatically, and I don't want to make this a biased report. However, this flight was by far one of the best flights I've ever been on. Even the business class flight we took 3 weeks ago, I find the premium economy experience better. However, I am still upset that I did not get my sweet window view, but the food itself was delicious. Everything was served well, and the food also came relatively fast, and the cabin crew were always there to assist you in case you needed any more beverages. And that's one thing Lufthansa is known for, is having one of the world's best crew, and I absolutely love the Lufthansa crew, especially on this flight. Everything else was amazing on this flight, and I do hope you enjoyed this trip report, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I do recommend flying Lufthansa on their premium economy section.